Hi, my name is Karen Montesosa, and this is my signature assignment for innovation in education endeavors. So, I picked a community, my community, Yuma, Arizona. I researched my community, I identified a problem, and then I came up with an innovation. So, here are things that I uncovered during my community scan. We have a population of 96,349 people, and 18.5% of that population lives below the poverty line. Arizona sits at 49 in the national education ranking. One of our biggest high schools, Yuma High School, um, only 12% of their students meets or exceeds their math and reading proficiency tests. Our SATs and ACT scores are way below the national average. So I think you know where I'm going with this. I quickly realized that Yuma is struggling in a lot of areas, but what's more personal to me was education. Education should not be run as a business like it is today. We should want to prepare students to lead our future. During this course, I interviewed a CEO of a private school so I can get more insight on how schools are run and what they do. So I asked them how they took accountability. They told me they take a lot of data on their students, but not just test scores. They keep a record of behavior, individual goals, and different subjects, and much more. That's when I realized we should be measuring growth in public schools. So yes, education system is the problem in Yuma, but I narrowed it down to standardized testing because standardized testing narrows curriculum and it affects the overall experience of students, which can lead to other issues, which we will see here. College graduates see 57% more job opportunities than non-graduates, and it is estimated that by 2020, two-thirds of all jobs will require post-secondary education. 19% of humans have a college degree. So schools need to stop focusing on proficiency and test scores and start preparing their students for college and giving them the highest quality education and measuring growth, not proficiency. So in 2001, the Bush administration passed a law called No Child Left Behind Act. This law is supposed to hold schools accountable. Um, so the way they do this is with standardized testing. Over the years, schools had to modify and narrow their curriculum to prepare students for these tests. So research has proven that the No Child Left Behind did the opposite of what it was supposed to do. So in 2010, the Obama administration replaced the No Child Left Behind with the Every Student Succeeds Act. But under the ESSA, tests are still mandated to 95% of students in public schools. So here are my approaches to accountability that do not involve testing, or they don't involve testing as much as right now. But here's an example, or here's a scenario to give you an idea. So when a fifth grade student who is at a third grade level takes a state test for fifth grade because they're in the fifth grade, that student will be failing. But if at the end of fifth grade that student is now at a fourth grade level, they've had growth, but there's nothing to measure that. So what we need to do is make tests more diverse in grade level so that we can measure student growth. It will be hard to remove testing completely, um, so we can still focus on proficiency on those state or federal tests, 50%, and the other 50% on growth with the diverse tests. Here's why I'm so invested in this issue. I'm someone who studied web development and I do information technology for a school. I'm not even directly in a classroom yet. I saw how students are struggling even now. So now I'm studying education so I can be someone who makes a difference. I want to give students and teachers more opportunities to grow and to learn. I want schools to be open to other subjects other than just reading and math. This can inspire students to be more. Now, how are we going to do all this? Well, No Child Left Behind was already replaced by ESSA, so we can make this happen by making our voices heard.